Let's do this conversation. Sit a Child project. I have here with me Andrews Ofosuhene, President, Rotary Club of Accra-East, and then Castro Harry Obimpe, teacher, Adusa MA Primary School. Good to have you here. Teacher Obimpe.
Madam.
But class by now, Che?
Oh, I teach science in the GHS.
Oh, I see. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell us about the project.
Okay, so the Rotary Club of Accra-East, which is one of the over 60 Rotary clubs we have in Ghana, has partnered with the partners Progress in Education, US, to execute this very project. This project we undertook a needs assessment in the Adusa MA Primary School, and we noticed that some of the students had to literally carry chairs and tables from the house to the school to be able to access education. So we brought it back to our board and then our club members and indicated that, decided that we would want to raise some funds to support them in this, and not just tables and chairs, but also teachers' tables and chairs and some cupboards and some whiteboards to assist the good work that the headmistress and the teachers of Adusa MA Primary School are doing to be able to provide education. I must be quick to add that within the Rotary circles, basic education and literacy is one of the main areas of focus. Aside water and sanitation, disease prevention and treatment, peace and conflict resolution, economic development, and protecting the environment. This time in the Adusa MA Primary School, we decided to execute the project, which would dub Sit a Child project, which they will be benefiting from come tomorrow.
Yeah. Right. How long have you been doing this?
So the Rotary Club of Accra-East has been in existence for 37 years. Okay. But Rotary International in general has been in existence for 117 years. Yes. So every single year we undertake a project within the 7 areas of focus. This year, this is our 5th project that we are executing, from supporting individuals in the Kokrobite Health Facility, which we put up some 22 years ago. This year we went back to renovate the facility. We were also in Amajope to undertake a health screening exercise somewhere in August. And we also executed some projects in the area of Anima, where we donated sanitary pads for the market women within that community. And this month, this is what we are doing. Hopefully in January, we'll be executing other projects which we've captioned Zongo Boot Camp. Essentially in the headquarters in Medina, we'll be teaching them how to use their hands to make money or earn a living instead of their heads. And the following month, we'll also be donating some computers to another school somewhere around Suhum. So pretty much these are some of the things that we plan of doing this Rotary year.
Right, clearly you are doing a very good job. We have to commend you on that. But Teacher Obimpe, what did your school do to be a benefactor of this great initiative?
Our mistress invited them. I think gave them an invitation in February last year. This year, yeah. But they came around March to take an assessment of the problem. Actually, our school is heavily embedded. We are bedding on chairs and infrastructure in a whole. It's 2 streams of schools using the same facility. So the benevolence of Rotary Club has really come to support us. But we still have even more. But as Ghanaians, Oliver Twist will be asking for more. But then, I think for now, we are appreciative of what Rotary Club has come to do for us. We have over 600 students using few dexes, and they came to see it. Some have to carry dexes home, and this is Accra. Sometimes you wonder, but that's the situation we have. So they have come to sort of relieve us of some kind of pressure. Adusa is Accra.
Adusa. Yeah. Accra. Which part of Accra?
Around Maira. Yes.
Maira.
Off Pokwasi Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we are really talking about Accra. And the sad part is we have 2 streams of schools, 2 different administrations using the same block. So what they are coming to give to us will be used by 2 different schools, but having the same block. So that is how.
But what have you done about that situation as a school, even before the Rotary Club came through?
Actually, you can't usually do anything on your own in this kind of circumstances. Looking at this, a school that was established in 1960, having suffered a certain kind of, I just want to be careful of the word I use. Having suffered this infrastructure deficit for a very long time, sometimes you are thinking in your minds, what can you do? But the most we can do is sometimes when people come, it's an emerging area. It came there, people are moving towards that side, and a lot of people come every day seeking admission. So the best you can do is probably you come, we tell you, okay, the classrooms are for government, you are a Ghanaian, we can deny you admission, but if you can support your daughter, your son with a chair, probably that we don't have a problem. So that's what we've been doing, and we've called on community members, we've called on some individuals who help, but sometimes you only, as a beggar, you don't have a choice, you wait until it comes. So their benevolence has really been of help to us.
So there's nothing like a GES head or GES units in that area?
Yeah, we are under the Ga West municipality, that's Atama Samai, our new director. He just came this year. We have a new director from, I think it's the Victor Noi Tewia. Ghana is a country where everything has to be done by the government. So when you go and tell the director, these are your challenges, you pen it down and then you have to await till the...
It would take such a long time.
The top response. Sometimes, time is very of essence. But I believe with this, tomorrow, after the program, I think it will also give us the energy to engage the community more.
Okay, so what process do you go through before selecting your beneficiaries?
So it's pretty simple, but I must say it's very exhaustive as much as possible. So before I assumed office, I was elected 2 years ago to be president of my Rotary Club, and I happen to be the 37th president in my club. Now, you are elected a year and a half, 2 years before you assume office, and you're expected to put together a plan of action. Within this period, you are supposed to identify the needs, and your earlier interview indicated that you need to be intentional about living. Again, within the Rotary circles, we are intentional about leadership. So once you assume office, before you assume, you should have all your projects and everything sorted out. Should in case you're unable to make it throughout the Rotary year, whoever assumes office, ordinarily will be your vice president, should be able to continue and end your term till the end of the Rotary year. Some 3 years ago, may he so rest in peace, I was then my PR director with my then president, late Ibrahim, who unfortunately he was on set like we did, but he passed on a week to the end of his tenure. But because he had already planned everything that he wanted to do, the vice, Ajo Akpalu, picked up the mantle and then ended the Rotary year. So once we identify all the projects that we want to do, then we now put it side by side. How much will it cost us to execute this project? And the third, the most important thing, how do we fund this project? Yeah, the funding of the project, part of the money comes from us, the Rotary Club, because we do pay dues, and part also comes from corporate organizations. But I must say, like your earlier guest indicated, the times and the seasons we find ourselves makes corporate organizations a bit handicapped, for lack of a better word, to be able to give you the support they need. But because you've already planned and you've gotten some commitment from corporate organizations, it's good. You more often than not, they would come in for you, if not 100%. But I must say, this particular project, Progress in Education, it was quite a short notice. US who saw this project and they were like, no, this is something that they want to support, and then they gave us some $1,000 to be able to execute this very project. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the challenges that you have gone through
as a club.
To be able to put all these things together with regards to funding.
Okay, so generally as Rotarians, we are volunteers. And just like they said, intentional living I do have an account for CSR activity.
Do you have an account for
gifting? I not for gifting, but for corporate social responsibility like this. I have an account that is dedicated for my CSR activities. Now, I've been a member of Rotary for the past 13 years. And I've had this account for about 4 or 5 years, and it's helping me.
Okay.
So when I receive some money, which I'm really not expecting, I just put into that account, and I try to look for a CSR activity for that money to put a smile on someone's face. It might be a gift, but it's more targeted towards making someone who I'm not really related to smile. So all my dues, the money I personally have spent on this particular project, the monies that we also give to other people to be able to champion the activities of some really will not be within Rotary circles. Some are on a personal level that you actually give. It's a gift, but it's more targeted towards CSR activities. And the challenges generally has been that once you're a young person and a young person trying to build a family, you have to draw a fine balance between which one will be going into your immediate family and which one will be going to people who really are not related to you. But some way, somehow, you have to find a way of putting smiles on the face of those who have none to give. Because there's really, if you have a place to sleep, if you have something to eat, if you have money to even board Trotsky or Tasky or Uber, or you have a vehicle that you can buy fuel in it, then you are more than privileged. You need to give out a helping hand to those who need support from you.
So how many schools are you looking at enrolling on this project?
For this particular project, those 2 schools are the beneficiaries of this particular project. But this Rotary year, we are doing a total of 7 schools in all.
All in Accra?
Not all in Accra. So even though we are Accra-based, our projects span across. 2 years ago, we executed a project all the way in Sinyangsa Primary. Then we also gave them dexes. That was about 100 dexes in the school. Just like Adusa MA, students were lying on the floor and then they were trying to access education. We donated 100 dexes of chairs. Sinyangsa in the Upper-East region, in the Middle Belt, in the Southern sector, wherever we find a need which falls within our area of focus and we think that they need our attention. Obviously, it's subject to the board's decision to say that this year, this project are the ones that we would have to look at. Unfortunately, their project came tops once immediately we put together all the projects that we wanted to execute. Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the event, the venue. Are we to expect any known face?
Yes, we've informed Adusa MA to invite the Director of Education, the District Director of Education, the opinion leaders, the Parents Association, and they've indicated to me that they will be present in there. For one reason, and the community, because one key thing that we are passionate about is sustainability of the project. Because after the project has been executed, we would always come back. It may not be me or my project director. I was telling Castro on our way here that someone might come in unknowingly on my blind side to come and check whether the project we indeed executed is actually being taken care of by the school. And it will not be good if they, as a school or as a community, decides to run the project down. Then it will be them footing themselves in the foot, because there will be individuals who will be there. Rotarians, obviously business professionals who are cutting across various sectors of socio-political divide will be present in there. So yes, there will be some known faces in there, but they will be coming in there not as known faces, but as Rotarians who are looking for ways to put smiles on the face of those who have done together.
Aside from providing desk and chairs for school who do not have, what else do you give them?
Okay, so what we will be doing tomorrow will be the community engagement on how the community, the opinion leaders, the assemblyman, the chiefs in the area, the parents association, the district director of education, to ensure that these items that we are giving to them, they need to own it as DS. The stories was told one time where one of the Rotary clubs drilled a borehole for a community, and when the borehole was not functioning, they called them that borehole na musi maeno asent mumbe sisi. You know, it was because sustainability was not embedded in the whole project. But if sustainability is part of the project, then they wouldn't wait for that project to actually be run down. They will own it and they would run with it. So that next time when you come and see how well they've maintained the project, it will push you to actually look for another need in that community to meet. So that is what, for me, it's very important, the sustainability aspect of the entire project there.
Right. Sit a Child project. How did you come about this name?
So, of course, there credit to my PR and project director. It's a whole board, the vice president, secretary, treasurer, people who are playing different roles like you're running an organization. And the PR team is, once the project comes up, they have to come up with a name that would be fitting the project. So the next project we'll be doing is the Zongo Bootcamp, where we'll be training headquarters on how to use something. And these are all names that they actually come up with.
How
to be able
use, you'll be training Kayayes
how to use their hands to make soap, bead making, how to use their hands to make money instead of their heads carrying the heavy loads.
Teaching them how to fish.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. And not just that, we'll also be creating a market for them. So once they're able to do it, we'll identify a ready market that is ready to take on what they're actually producing. So the value chain is not broken. Providing them with the training, the raw materials, they will actually be the ones doing the actual job and would provide them the ready market for it. But that is a project for sometime next year in January, February, as we're looking at.
Right, teacher Obimpe, it looks like you've been quiet all through. Aside from decks and other things, what else does the school need? Probably there's a stakeholder watching who will be much interested.
Thank you very much. The school needs a lot. As I said, there is pressure on the infrastructure. The school has two streams of school. That is, you know, when I say stream, A and B, but this is two different schools using the same building, 6 classroom blocks, which means the school would really need another 6 classrooms to accommodate a whole school, which will be very good for the school, because this happens, because of this, most students, we do the shift system there. For the GHS, the same, equally, we do the shift system at the GHS. And we have a block, and an uncompleted block, as was started by Get Fund. And till now, it's still not been roofed. Even if it was roofed, most teachers are just saying I would have been using it, because our school is a kind of school where you get teachers, when you miss your class for probably 5 minutes before you go, another teacher is really taking up that place. And this is something that teachers are willing, very poised to help students. It's an emerging community. There's a mixed people. There are the rich, there are the middle, and then there is the poor people around. And this is a community where they are privileged to have teachers who are really enthused to help students. If our infrastructure, especially the classrooms, as we have benefited from the benevolence of the Rotary Club, we believe that there are stakeholders there who can also take up other responsibilities, support, and I think when they help, you know, sometimes I believe if you don't train a child who you think might not be your child, that child might be a problem to destroy the environment which you are living in, and one day you will not be happy about that. So I believe, I thank the Rotary Club for coming to our aid. I also believe through we are still hoping for more, and we are asking stakeholders to come on board. We have a Queen Mother there who, I just came there last year. I've heard a lot of things that she has done, and I believe we have a library block that is being built, and I learned 30 years ago, it's still at the footing level. So these are all things I think.
Rotary Club will come to your aid again.
It shouldn't be only one person. I believe
come on board.
Because when you look at the whole environment, we have people. I think, as he said, after this project, I think we take up the opportunity to engage with the community, and then we see what the best that can be made out of this. I believe that this is the time where communities should come together and see how best they can raise up the future generation we are talking about. Everything can be government, because at this point, when we want to think government alone, government must go everywhere. But you live in a community where you have a school, and you think this school, if it is better, it will bring out people who will be responsible in the community, and I think that's what the community should do.
Okay, we have just a few minutes to go. Your final words?
Yes, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who have played diverse roles, to my Rotarians, the 77 members of the Rotary Club of Accra-East. A very big thank you all the past 36 presidents of the club who have held the fort for us to be here today. More importantly, to Progress in Education US, who have supported this cause. They've also indicated that once we're able to execute this well, it's our first time partnership. We're hoping for more from them, then possibly we'll be able to look at other areas of interest as far as their aims and objectives. And also to TV Africa for hosting us on your show. I know a lot of people are watching. A very big thank you to you for hosting us, and we are very, very much appreciative that anytime the Rotary Club of Accra-East calls on you, you're more than ready to be of assistance to us. Not forgetting that the head mistress of Adusa MA for throwing us a hand of invitation to give us a reason to put smiles on people's faces. I don't know what these children will be in the near future, but I believe that once they are accessing education, then they will be better off than they not accessing education at all. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much for coming. We wish you.
Thank you. But I think I heard you wish the PRO for Education Directorate.
Yes.
I also want to ask you to. You were asking when he'll pass here, but when he passed, there is a school in Adusa that has an uncompleted Get Fund project. So I'm also asking that. Tell him. So
You're a stakeholder.
You're a stakeholder here now. So now you'll be the PRO for Adusa MA, and I think that with your help, you know, when people hear of the needs of people, there are many people, like our sister was saying, that there is a gift, budget for people. Probably somebody might be of interest. Sometimes it's not only the government, but stakeholders should come on board. Let's put a smile on these people's face. We are thanking Rotary Club and TV Africa for the opportunity given. And we know that from now our school we'll see some facelift, and we are so glad.
Progress in education.
Thank you so much for coming, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We'll be there to support you. We wish you all the best in the events. So this is where we end this morning's edition of the Breakfast Live Show. My name is Lebene Abrokwa. I'll see you